I built a six-figure business by the age of 21. I've sold close to $3 million in coaching programs now, just speaking to strangers on the internet. In that time frame, I have been able to be around some truly impressive people that have made an awful lot of money online, usually with their business. And I'm going to give you what I feel and what I found to be the biggest trait of millionaires after having dinners, after being to their house, after meeting at least 5 millionaires by now in my short existence on this life, on this planet. And there's a couple of things that come to mind. But if I had to really bring it right down, there's 2 or 3 big takeaways. One of them that comes to mind when I've met and I've spoken to and I've been, to when I've spoken to millionaires, right? One of the biggest thing that comes to mind for millionaires is they're truly not afraid to be obsessive, truly not afraid to be just all in on one thing that they're doing and just go all in on that one thing. When I first started coaching, when I first started building my business, I was doing like 100 different things all at once. I was trying to do coaching, I was trying to do leaflets, I was trying to design websites, I was trying to do graphic design, all of these different things when I first started out. The more I spend time with millionaires, the more I realize they're truly singularly focused on one thing. And I'm sure you give me examples of people that are not like people on Dragon's Den, Stephen Bartlett, whoever it might be, like Mark Cuban, right? All of these people are doing like a million different things right now. Elon Musk. They're doing a million different things right now because they've made their money and they're not really 100% like fully in the day-to-day running of doing everything in one business. The reality is when you're first growing, when you're first scaling your business to 6 figures per year, maybe 7 if you're here, your focus is your biggest superpower. The only way you can have a lot of focus, the only way you can kind of get things done is if you truly just focus on one thing and you just do that one thing like meticulously well and you just do one thing, right? So that's one of the first biggest things I would say when you're starting, when you're growing, and when you're building your coaching business. One of the biggest things you have is your focus. The easiest way you can have focus is just to be extremely obsessive over just one thing. What's the one thing you're moving forward with today? What's the one task? What's the one business you're driving forward? What are the stuff you need to do to drive that business forward? If you have that level of singularity of focus and you're just truly obsessive about one needle moving task every time, your ability to grow, your ability to move your coaching business forward is going to be exponentially quicker than if you're trying to do a million different things at once. And that's one of the biggest, right? That's the first biggest thing I wanted to share with you, because every single one of those 5 millionaires I've spoken to and I've met and I've built good friends with, a lot of these guys on my WhatsApp, all of these guys just went so heavy, so singularly focused on just that one thing when they're first starting out. It made one of the biggest difference to driving and growing and scaling their business when they're first starting out. Of course, as you scale, as you grow, as you start making more money, like Elon Musk, like Mark Cuban, whatever it might be, my assumption at that point, I cannot tell you for a fact because I've never met those kind of billionaires, is that you can then diversify, you can then systemize things better, you can have people running these things and you have more money and you can kind of do more things. But when you're first growing, you just have your singularity of focus, so just really going, and that would be the first biggest thing. So I guess my takeaway, but the first biggest takeaway I'm going to share with you here is that one of the best things we can kind of learn from these guys, the big names in the space, is to not get distracted. Like, everything works in business. Like 99% of things works in business. You can grow a fitness coaching business by sending lots of messages. You can probably grow it by running ads. You can definitely grow it by running ads. You can definitely grow it by just running ads. You can definitely grow it by sending emails and doing nothing else. Like, there's a million different ways to do things. Everything works, but not everything works all at once. Like, you just haven't got that energy, you haven't got that focus, you haven't got that clarity, and you're just ultimately going to get beaten by someone that goes all in on one thing. So pick out your strategy, your growth strategy to drive your business forward. For our clients, it's so much easier to do this because we literally sit down and call at the beginning and we literally map it out together. We map out like exactly what the straightest path is to the business of their dreams, like how much they want to be working, what kind of business they want to build, and then we map out kind of what needs to happen to make it happen from there on. But if you haven't got those foundations, you haven't, if you want to do it by yourself, it will be harder. But one of the best things you can do is to just commit to one vision, one way of growing your business, and just go all in on that, and just be very, very, obsessive of just doing that. That would be the first thing I would give you from this kind of video, this big takeaway. And if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling distracted and you don't know where to go with driving your business forward, as a follow-up from here, another thing you can do is to limit your to-do list. If you have more than 4 things, if you have like more than 4 things on the to-do list, it's not a to-do list, it's just something that's you're just going to get distracted by and you're never going to do it. So one of the best things you can do is limit your to-do list by a maximum of 3 things. No more than 3 things on your to-do list. Like, not allowed. Do the 3 things, tick them off. If you tick them off at 12 p.m. today, tomorrow, wherever it might be, then you add more stuff to your to-do list. But just limit those things to no more than 3, and just really kind of question yourself. Are the things I'm doing on that to-do list, is that making me money now? Is that a money-making activity now? Is it a money-making activity later? If it's something else, you probably shouldn't be doing it when you're starting out. That would be my first takeaway. The second one, again, it is a mindset, but it's also like a bit of a quality of life perspective as well. And it's also like one thing I've just seen the millionaires and the high achievers do extremely well, is that they're just truly unapologetic about being themselves, right? And what I mean by that is they're truly themselves, growing and driving their coaching business forward. Like, they're really, really unapologetic about being themselves. The stuff they believe, the stuff they are, and who they are, and what they stand for, like all of these things, they're really, really unapologetic. They believe the things they believe, they talk about them, they want to work with certain clients, they try and attract them, they don't like working with certain people, they do try and disqualify them away. There's so much value in standing out and be like, the easiest way to stand out on social media, the easiest way to stand out online is by being your unapologetic self. The easiest way to do that is just by sharing kind of your story, what you believe, who you are. And take it from me, right? I built I'm 26 now. I built my first 6-figure business by the age of 21. I was truly miserable when I built that business, and I thought money would solve all my problems. And to an extent, it solved a lot of the big underlying problems. I never struggled for money. I never was worried about paying the rent. I was never worried about having food. One of the most fulfilling things I ever did was being able to take my parents out on holiday. Like, all of these stuff I've done, and they brought me a lot of happiness. But when I built that business, I built it working with people I didn't really want to work with. I built it posting content I didn't really want to post. I built it like people not really knowing who I am and what I believe in and what I stand for. Like, all of these things left me truly quite miserable, quite unhappy and quite unfulfilled in that first business. And I didn't realize why that was happening and what it was until I just exhausted myself, I wrecked myself, and I put so much kind of happiness and attachment to that business. Nowadays, one of the biggest things I'm doing is I'm just being truly, I'm trying, it's not perfect, I'm trying to be much more unapologetic about me being my true self, the people I want to work with, the kind of stuff we do, and that is one of the biggest kind of things for happiness, but also just being able to do things long term, right? That would be the two things I'm leaving with you from the millionaires I know, from the millionaires on my WhatsApp, from my journey, from the people I met. There's two big things, right? One is just being truly obsessive and having a singularity of focus on just doing one thing and doing it extremely well and being the very best at that one thing. That would be the first thing. And the second thing is just not being afraid to be your unapologetic self online, on social media, with your business, with coaching clients you want to work with, all of these things, because those two things make the biggest difference when it comes to growing, scaling, and making a massive impact in 2025, going into 2026. If you want to work with me one-to-one to build your dream fitness business, your dream coaching business, I'll leave a link below. We have a few spots open currently to work with myself one-to-one. Once those spots go, you probably wouldn't be able to book a one-to-one call with myself, but for now it's open. So depending on when you're watching this video, you'd be able to book a call to work with me one-to-one, and yeah, speak some more.